Okay, what's up, y'all? So I just thought I'd make this video before I finish watching this movie. I'm gonna watch It Lives Inside Us. It's Halloween. It was October. It's the first Saturday where this will be the third movie I didn't watch today. I watched Mr. Crockett, whatever. Then I had watched The Invitation. Now I'm gonna watch this. But anywho, don't put yourself in a situation. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm eating this cereal too. Don't put yourself in that situation. Because if you ever realize when we think back, if you're watching this video, because when I mean don't put yourself in that situation, it's really more than just men, but majority of the time, it be the man. For me, that's how I had to learn real quick. 9th grade did it for me. 9th grade was my first introduction realistically to boys. I've never really had a boyfriend, never had my first kiss, none of that. All that shit happened in 9th grade. And my experience when it came to dudes, it was terrible. Like, they were touching me. Like, when I tell you they was doing it, like it was normal to just come up and touch folks, and I was supposed to be okay with it. And I literally had to toughen up my skin. I put myself in so many situations that could have been avoided if I knew of the situation. So I'm just gonna tell you the situation. For one, don't go over nobody's house if you don't plan on sleeping with them. Even though in this day and age everything seems to be about sex and relationships, like it's like folks be trying to make it seem like it's very unusual and sad to be alone. You need to be alone. Not alone as in a never find love, but you need to have self-love for yourself to the point where you're okay with being alone. Yes, if that person comes around, yeah. But make sure that's a choice that you actively make within yourself. Not know, oh, I've been searching for love for da, and the first little hints of thing, you hook to it. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't do that. Know what you want. And you know what's crazy about this advice is it'll be hard for you to know what not to do until you put yourself in a situation to know, like, damn, this could have went differently if I would have did this, or this could have went differently if I would have did that. No, I'm not saying that excuses the other person's actions, but it does help for you to focus solely on what you did and or what could have been done differently to avoid the situation altogether. For me, I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn how to not be so empathetic of other people's feelings. I had to learn that it's okay to only want what I want. It's okay for me to want something, and in the sense of me wanting that, it makes somebody else feel upset. That is okay. I literally had to learn that because I used to always feel bad for saying no to people. I hated the look on people's faces. I hated people feeling upset because I never want to be the cause of somebody else's pain and or whatever. And as I got older, I'm nothing but 23, so it's really not even that old. I realized, who is that helping? Why am I walking in my life, my world, trying to satisfy everybody else, and how does that make me feel? Like shit. Like I don't love myself. Unseen to what I want. Because I'm too busy worried about what if this person thinks this, or what if that person might get upset because of this. So I don't want to fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You gotta go through life realistically in order to know what not to do. But also know You need to be aware of the things that you are choosing to do. For instance, I remember in high school, it was some dude, I don't even remember him, but I just know I wanted to meet him outside because he wanted to meet me outside. And when I got outside, boom, he was doing some real disrespectful ass shit. And I ran. Because what was crazy in the whole instance of the stuff, he was not going to stop. And the only reason why he stopped is because a car drove past. And he let me go. I took off. And when I told you I blocked him by the third call because I was ignoring all this shit, I was like, oh my God. I was almost in a fucked up situation. Oh my God. Baby, I learned right then and there. Don't do it. When you don't have a lot of self-love for yourself, when you look in a mirror and you don't have anything positive to say about what you see, that affects what you get from other people. That affects the simple highs that you get from people, the simple compliments you get from people, the simple gratitude you get from people. You see that differently because you're craving something that you're not giving yourself. And for me, I've never really experienced love realistically, true affection. And if I'm being honest, I still haven't. That does not mean I don't know it exists and what it's supposed to feel like, because I've been through enough when it comes to men to know a girl like me, you need to know who you are, what you want, and how you feel about yourself. Because the moment you lack it on how you feel about yourself, they're gonna abuse you. They're going to use you. Because people do not care about what it is you want. That, don't get me wrong. There are people out here that will genuinely care, but let's be honest. People do not care. You do not know a lot of people that will sacrifice for you. You don't know a lot of people that will put aside their own goals, their own reach, their own anything just for you. There's not a lot of people that will do that. Now, it is a blessing to have people that will generally do that, and you hold on tight to those people. But also know that with those people, y'all still have boundaries, and y'all still know what to cross and what not to cross. Y'all just know. People that don't care about you don't have boundaries, and they try every chance they get to disrespect those boundaries. So always make sure you have some boundaries. Always make sure you have some boundaries. And like I said, this isn't just men. This comes with jobs, friendships, associates, shit, family too. You need to have boundaries, because without them, you'll never generally know how to move properly in this type of world. It helps to know your own limits, what you can take and what you can do. It helps to be aware of what it is you're doing and what could happen if you do this, that, and the third. Just like a lot of women now are actively choosing not to date. A lot of women are actively starting to, get to the, I don't want to do this until we get here, or I don't want to do this unless this happens. That right there is called boundaries. A boundary a lot of people were abusing if you didn't have it. And then they try to make you feel bad because you got your boundaries, try to make you feel, oh, you lame, or oh, you boring. Okay, I like it. Congratulations. Yay, I'm not fun like everybody else. Oh my God, that is a compliment. Because if you're not seen like everybody else, then that lets you know already off the back that if you really want to know me, you're going to have to work for it. Don't make stuff so easy. Just don't put yourself in a situations to where you will be sitting there upset and or mad at yourself. And there's nothing wrong with putting yourself in risky situations, especially if you know, like, when it comes to goals and dreams, yes, you got to do certain things to put yourself out there. But when it comes to, like, you personally, don't change your morals. Don't change who you are. Don't change what you like. Don't be afraid to be who it is that you want to be just because of everybody else. Because if it's one thing that I know when it comes to everybody else, a person that can't compliment you, a person that can't be happy for you or anything, is a person that is upset within themselves. I don't take anything personally, because if it's one thing I found out, there, especially for me, I don't even have a lot of friends. So I already know off the bat, there can't be too many people upset at me, mad at me, feeling any type of way about me. And if they do, that is not my problem. That is not my problem because you see this and or you feel this way. It is not my problem that me doing this makes you. That's not my problem. That is a self problem. Realize when people act out, even if they do know you or not, please know all of the problems and center issues come within themselves, because they can't look in the mirror and acknowledge this, or they can't look in the mirror and realize this. That is not your problem. It does take time to get up to that point. It really do. But just don't put yourself in situations that you're not aware of. And if you do put yourself in the situations, know the outcome of what could happen, because you did put yourself in that situation. Just like if you go to the interview you know you don't like, or for a job you don't like, you should already have it in the back of your mind, okay, maybe I can get this job. And then I already know I didn't like the job, but just in case I do get the job, you should be able to acknowledge the outcomes of doing things that you probably didn't even want to do in the first place. But realistically, for us ladies, be careful with men. Be careful with men. Be careful with men. And in my personal opinion, a man that's for you is a man that won't change you. A man that loves you is a man that he wants to see you thrive in you, not you thriving in him. Don't do it. Don't do it. But realistically, y'all, that's just all. I know this probably didn't really make sense. I will be practicing on the speech and, trying to stay in order with things. But just don't put yourself in situations unless you are actively aware of the outcomes of what it is you're doing. Don't ever put yourself in a situation and be naive and unaware of what could happen. Just like, I don't even know. You jumping in the motherfucking ocean and you can't really swim, but you, for whatever reason, jumped in it anyways and just didn't calculate that this, that, and the third could happen off the simple fact that you did that. Don't do that. Always know what you're doing, why you're doing it. Just be aware. Being aware is the most powerful thing you can do when it comes to yourself, because being unaware will put you into things that you wish that you were aware of. Just be aware, okay? So I'm finna watch this. I'm finna finish watching this movie. It just started. I ain't even pressed it yet. It's a little Indian movie. It lives inside us. Woo, remember that. But yeah, help me out too, y'all. Like, comment or whatever. Give me some tips. Some rundowns of things that could help me in the future. But